This Singapore Crab Bee Hoon or Vermicelli is not as well known as chili crab, but it's a Singapore favorite and this is so easy to make. Delicious sweet crabs in a simple, flavorful, milky stock with vermicelli that soaks up all of that gorgeous stock. This is a winner, so let's do this. First, let's talk about the stock. I am taking the extra step here to make prawn stock, but this is optional. Use ready-made chicken stock is totally fine. To make the prawn stock, I first add some oil to the pot, and once hot and over medium heat, add your prawn heads and shells. Stir fry the prawn heads and shells in the pot until all of the prawn heads and shells turn a nice bright orange. But it's still not done yet. You want to let all of the liquid get drawn out and fully evaporate. This is super important. This is how you get a non-fishy prawn stock. Once all of that happens, and you should be able to smell the prawns, it should actually start smelling like grilled prawns. So good. That's when we add the water. Stir through and we are letting this stock come to a boil. Once it starts to bubble, lower the heat and allow this to simmer for just about 15 to 20 minutes or so. You don't need to simmer this for very long at all. Once you're happy with the stock, simply strain the stock to get rid of all of the heads and shells, or you can just use a slotted spoon just like me. I really don't mind prawn bits in my stock at all. And our prawn stock is done. Super easy. Let's prepare the vermicelli noodles next. So vermicelli comes in this dry form. To the dry vermicelli noodles, simply add hot water. Let it soak for about 10 minutes or so until your vermicelli become malleable and flowy just like this. Then drain the water away. You can rinse it with some cold water so it stops cooking. And then we are done with the vermicelli. Keep the vermicelli to one side. Next, let's talk about the most important ingredients, our crabs. I'm using some mud crabs here. You can use any crabs that you like. They're pretty cute and small today. It's best to use live crabs. That would be the freshest. I can't kill crabs, so I just asked the very nice Uncle Fishmonger to help me do it, and he helps me to clean the crabs too. So all I'm left to do is to just cook them. Male or female crabs does not matter, but I do like the female ones for this crab eggs. Okay, so let's actually make the crab bee hoon. Melt some butter in your pan. And once melted or almost melting, we are adding some ginger slices, as well as some garlic. And this is optional, but I am adding a galangal. Galangal or blue ginger has this gorgeous citrusy floral herby flavor that just goes so well with seafood. It is optional though, so don't panic if you don't have this at home, okay? Just don't add it in, it's fine. Once fragrant, add the crabs and stir fry to incorporate. Next, gently pour in the prawn stock or chicken stock. And season this with some fish sauce, or you can use light soy sauce as well. Stir to combine and then allow this to come to a boil. Once you see some bubbling happening, turn the heat down to a simmer and cover the pan with a lid to let the crab fully cook. This is when the crabs turn completely red, easy indication. Crab cooks relatively quickly too. These two medium-sized crabs took me about 7 to 8 minutes to cook through. Once your crabs are cooked through, we are adding evaporated milk. You can also use regular milk, by the way, but evaporated milk will give you a slightly more creamy soup. If you prefer a thicker soup, by the way, just add more evaporated milk. I'm also adding some ground white pepper here. Give all of that a stir to incorporate. You can give it another taste test here, by the way, and add more fish sauce if you think it needs the seasoning. Once you're happy with the flavor, then our stock is done. Can we take a moment to appreciate this super rich stock? So good. Okay, anyway, next we are adding the soaked vermicelli to the pot. Carefully submerge the vermicelli or bee hoon noodles in all of that delicious stock. Don't worry if it looks messy, it's all part of the charm. Let this cook for just a couple of minutes, just enough for the vermicelli noodles to just soak up all of that gorgeous stock, and then immediately turn off the heat and we are done. Plate vermicelli in a clay pot, which I don't have, so I'm using a fancy serving plate today. You wanna pour soup all over and then arrange the crab fancily just like this. Sprinkle on some cilantro and then serve immediately. The easy Singapore Crab Bee Hoon is all done. Delicious crab in a simple but flavorful stock with bee hoon. This gets done with minimal ingredients in just less than 30 minutes. So I hope you try this, and bye! If you love this recipe, you might love any of this next.